The SHTF kit type that nobody seems to talk about. Okay, a quick disclaimer here. This is not a bug out kit. This is not meant to be a bug out kit. This is not advice on how to build a bug out kit. This is just what I would call a scavenger kit, which you don't really see a whole lot of on the internet, especially in the SHTF community, which is a bit surprising. So this is something I'm going to talk about. So this is what I call a scavenger kit. This is a kit that is meant for whether you had bugged out at the point, whether you had bugged in, when you need to go out and get supplies. First off, I'm going to start off with my chest rig, or my micro chest rig. But I went with the micro chest rig because, for one, unlike a plate carrier, which plate carriers are very useful, this is a rather bit lighter. I weighed this, and this was right around 17.2 pounds without any mags or anything out on top of it. This is just the plate carrier, and then the plates put inside of it. And then this, with fully loaded mags, and just kind of how it's sitting right now, was right around 3 pounds. So this is a significantly lighter kit to have. It's a rather bit more breathable, it's a bit faster, and then while scavenging, if you have a flannel over the top, and then as you can see here, if I turn to the side, my flannel kind of covers it, and you can't really see that I have a tactical kit going on. I might not look like as much of a threat, I might just look like I'm fat. I might just look like a dude running by and not have to worry or sees a threat or want to take their stuff. It might just be like, hey, that's someone running, I'm not going to deal with them. But if I had a full kit going on, not only will I seem as a little bit more of a threat, somebody might want to take what I have. The weight of this costs more resources like water, calories, energy, just to move around. So it just, and not having a plate carrier and then going with like a micro rig or just a chest rig in general will make you lighter, use less resources to move, and it's going to make you faster. If you're scavenging, you want to be quick. You know, you don't want to be a real slow kind of thing, or a slow person, because you might get caught, something might start chasing you. Here is a video of me running away from some zombies while scavenging. Trust me, it's real. But as I was saying, you want to be able to move quick and then just get in, get out. You're scavenging, you're trying to be fast. You're not trying to be slow. Next is the rifle I will be carrying with my sling. This is I have a video about it, my Palmetto State Armory PA-15. I just have a normal red dot on here. Foregrip, suppressor, 30 round mag. I don't have a light on here yet. If something were to happen today, I have another light on another gun, my home defense gun, I would transfer over. And then, very important, I have a sling to help me carry it. Next, you might not be able to see it, because part of my scavenger kit, at least my belief, is being able to not be seen as a threat, be a little bit more incognito, or just be faster. One thing you can't see is my Glock 45. I have a firearm that's sitting on the side here, hidden behind the flannel, which I will get into a little bit more as to why specifically I'm going with that over a battle belt setup like this. This is still included in my scavenger kit, but I'm going to get to that. Why would I go with a T-Rex iron sight, or just an outside the waistband holster, and then an extra mag carrier, something that's just kind of hidden behind a jacket or a flannel? That is because if you had to go into a situation, say you were scavenging, but you know that there's going to be there's a human settlement nearby, some people, and you want to go trade some goods. And you want to go into an area and not be seen as kitted out or as tactical, or maybe they make you put most of your weapons, if not all your weapons, away, but you want to keep something readily available they might not see. That's something you can be a little bit more sneaky about. If I were to take that off, and then in a situation where I need to be seen as less of a threat, or as a normal person, or somebody just passing through, because maybe there's a large group of people that might see me, and I might just not be seen with someone with a bunch of goodies they might want to take. I'm rather a bit less enticing to try and take their stuff. I just look like a dude going by. But yet I still have access to a firearm if I need it, as well as an extra mag. Ideally, I'd rather have my rifle here, but if need be, I can do this. I can put most of my kit actually in the bag, which I do have a bit of a barrel sticking out here, which in the future I do plan on maybe getting a shorter barrel, just so it conceals a little bit better. But for the time being, you know, you work with what you have. So I can have most of my kit hidden in here, so as I'm traveling, I just look like a dude with a bag. Which, sitting like this, you can still see that rifle barrel sticking out, but from at a distance it might just seem like an antenna or a stick. So I look like just a normal guy walking around, scavenging. Some people hopefully won't notice or see me, or just not think twice because I'm just a normal person and not a threat. I still have access to a firearm with a loaded magazine, as well as an extra mag. So now we've gotten into my scavenger kit, where if I want to be a little bit more slick, a little bit faster, I expect to kind of run into maybe some other groups or some people I don't really want to be seen as tactical or as a threat, and I just kind of want to go under the radar, pass by. Or maybe I plan on making my way to trade and scavenge near another group, and then I know that they have a big trading area like a bazaar or something you would see, and then I don't want a bunch of gear sticking out for someone might try to pickpocket, swipe off, or just something that they might not allow me in because I look like too much of a threat. So if I'm going into an area, which I don't expect any of that, but I do expect some sort of resistance or some sort of infected or some sort of sickness or whatever caused this SHTF scenario to happen, and I wanted to be ready. That is where what I had talked about before. Now you can see I'm a rather bit more ready for some sort of engagement, whether it's other people, infected, some sort of sickness. It's just something that I need to be a little bit more prepared and ready for. I have 2 pistol mags ready to go here. I have a extra rifle mag in the back. I have an IFAK as well. I have a tourniquet, and then I also have a firearm on the side here. You can see there's no optic and there's no plate on here. I'm still waiting for to choose an optic to go on there. I think I'm just going to go with another RMR. But like I was saying before, you work with what you have. Next, we're going to dive into sort of the gear that I have, why I chose it, and then what's also in my bag. Let's get into the gear that I have here. And the first to start off is the Palmetto State Armory PA-15. I've done a video on this. I'm really not going to go too much in depth. I got a Magpul stock, foregrip. I have a Magpul sling, 30-round mag. I have a Wilson Combat grip module here, then a Yankee Hill R9 can, Magpul iron sights, and then a Rise Armament iRave 140 drop-in trigger. For my chest rig, I have the Haley Strategic D3 CRM, their micro chest rig. I have the AR-15 inserts here. I also have ones for the sub guns for my CZ Scorpion, if I ever swap to that. I have a nice North American Rescue retracting little ring thing there for my trauma shears for if I need to cut anything. I have a multi-tool if I need it. I have the 3 mags. I have an extra mag. I have the H harness. I plan on extending out this chest rig a little bit. And then in here, little pocket, I have a compass, just in case I ever get lost or need it. And then, for the time being, I have other things to switch out if this runs out. I have a little torch. This is important if I ever need to start a fire or anything, make it nice and easy. Next, for the slick version of my scavenger kit, this is my T-Rex Ironside holster with the light and then also with the extra mag. I've done a video on these as well. I'm not going to go too in-depth with this, but I think this is a great option if you want to put it over flannel and just be a little bit less noticeable that you have a fire, a little bit more covert, something people aren't really going to see from it at a distance. Next, for when I don't want to be as covert, I have my Warrior Poet Blue Alpha battle belt. This is the outer with the Velcro. I'm currently wearing the inner with the Velcro, so I can quick attach it. I have a Safariland drop leg holster on here as well, or setup. Then I have a Odin holster here for my Glock 17 with the light. Still need to get an optic on it, but I'll get there. I have an Odin holster currently for the tourniquet, as well as my extra mag for my AR, my 2 Glock mags, and then in here I have a North American Rescue, their lumbar IFAK kit. And then, depending if I want it in my bag or in here, I can open this up, throw it in my bag, or I can take it and slap it right back in here to make it very easy to swap around for my needs and the situation that I have at hand. Last but not least, one of the most important parts of the actual scavenger kit, this is where you're going to put the stuff that you scavenge, the things that you go get. And if you notice as we go through this, there's not going to be a ton in here to take up space because I want as much inventory space as I can. That way I can actually, the things that I pick up and that I want, I can keep and then I can move back. That's another reason why you want your kit to be nice and light, so the weight that you add on for what you scavenge, it won't be too cumbersome to try and get back. But get started. Have a water source. I just have a shaker bottle here full of water. I don't have a Camelback, or at least one that I'm going to use quite yet, and you work with what you got. Next, quick access here, we have a flashlight. You want a flashlight for lights, for situations where you need a light. You're not always going to be pointing your gun at stuff. It might just be at another person to kind of see what's going on. Or maybe your weapon light breaks and you need a backup. I have a small bottle of CLP here in a plastic bag. If you could see it up close, you would actually see some of the CLP has leaked out of this, but that's why it's in a plastic bag. Next, for the bag on the front, this is one of my special tools. I find this very important. This is a set of bolt cutters. Why would you need bolt cutters? Well, as you scavenge, you're going to run into locks, chains, chain link fences, things that you need to cut through in order to continue to move forward with your goal or to escape something that's the situation you're in. That's why I always have one of these in either my bug out or scavenger kits. Next, I have a pair of Sunglasses. These are Oakley's. These are ballistic sunglasses that I use for shooting, but I also keep them in here because if I'm scavenging or figuring something out and it's really bright out, this is for eye protection and a source of comfort. You know, just make things a little bit easier for me as I'm going. And for those, I also have clear lens inserts. Say I'm going into somewhere where I might be afraid of something getting in my eyes, I can swap them out real quick just to protect my eyes. Next, I have inside of the bag here. As you can see, there's not a whole lot. And that, as I was saying before, is on purpose. That way I can fit as much stuff in here as I can, because I'm not going to think things I don't need. But for in here, I have a little Johnson & Johnson little first aid kit I picked up at the store, added a little extra stuff into it. I call this a boo-boo kit. It's got little things in here like antiseptic towelettes, antacid. We got little, hand cleaning wipes, and then some Band-Aids and burn cream, just in case. As well as, this is one I actually find very important to carry around. Come here. Some triple antibiotic ointment. This is so if you cut your hand, something gets infected. This is essentially Neosporin. It's the same thing. And then the nice thing with having a tiny little kit like this, these can be little trading cards or sort of like a little brownie point thing. I run into a group and I see something I want, or I run into a group and things are maybe a little hostile or a little overwhelmed here, and I notice one of them has a cut on like a hand that's not looking the best. I can offer them one of these and like, hey, look, we don't have any issues. Let me give you one of these and let me give you a little medical aid just to help you out, show that we're good people, and just kind of move on. And we don't need any trouble. And just to show like, hey, look, I'm here to help out, I'm a good person. And that this little pack can get you brownie points with the right people to help you continue on with your mission or prevent any sort of trouble. Or even, even possibly getting robbed. If need be, you could just, it'd be unfortunate you can give up this whole kit just to keep yourself safe. Also in here, I have a can of soup. This is just a nice little emergency meal. It's not a whole lot, but like I was saying, you work with what you have. If there's a situation where I was stuck out in the city or just stuck somewhere I need food, I would be very happy to have this. And I can just crack that lid open right there. I can chug it real quick. I can consume all this and then just a nice quick sustainment. Some other things like dehydrated meals would be better, more nutritious, but like I had said a couple times, you work with what you got. Also, just so I don't forget to mention, this is the Vertex Gamut 3.0. It's a 25-liter bag, and so far I've had it for almost a year. I love it. Next, we have the back panel here. So I have a hat in case there's a situation where I need to be a little bit less seen, cover my face, block out that sun, a little bit more incognito, or just a comfort thing. Maybe my hair's getting too long and I don't have a fresh haircut like I do now. Nice hat to throw in there. I have the IFAK. This is the one that I put on my battle belt that I can swap back and forth. This is for emergencies. This is not for, you don't use it all the time. That's what the boo-boo kit's for. This is for dire situations when you need it. I have a life straw. This is so if I run out of water, I can help refill what I have and then continue to sustain for what I'm doing. Water is very important, guys. Drink water every day. I have 2 tourniquets, just 2 quick access tourniquets in there. They're Velcro. It's a Velcro backing in here. I just stick them to the side. They're always in the same spot. This is in case if the one that I have on my battle belt for quick access is used, or if I need extra. He's a little bit worn, but you work with what you have. And then finally, I have a little maintenance kit for my firearms. I have more CLP in here. I have cleaning tools in here. I have just anything I might need to take it apart or just field clean it to make sure my stuff keeps running. I find this very important and not enough people seem to have this. So that was my entire scavenger kit. I understand it's not the most amount of stuff and it might seem a little bit slick for some people. But in my opinion, when you're scavenging, you want to be quick, you want to be fast, and you want to not be seen as much of a threat. You want to blend into your environment or whatever you're doing. If you like this content, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. If you have anything positive or negative to say, whether you don't like something or you'd recommend something a little different, please let me know in the comment section down below, and have a great day.